Hello friends, welcome to another video on my YouTube channel. And in this video, you will learn how to build a Telegram chatbot. We will look into two different ways that can be used to build Telegram chatbot. And in this video, we will build a simple Telegram chatbot that can have, two commands, start and help. It can respond to those commands. And just to get familiar with how to build Telegram chatbot, we will, respond whatever user writes to the chatbot and, understand the deployment process as well. So let's get started. Here I have a kind of comparison between two ways with which you can build Telegram chatbot. One is set webhook. That means you build an application that can handle HTTP request and response, and you set webhook on Telegram server for that particular bot, so that whenever someone messages to the bot, Telegram will send a notification on your application. You process the request and send response back. Mainly used for stateless processes, like you ask something and you get a response. On the other hand, we have another method called get updates. It's a kind of a background process which continuously hit Telegram API and check if there is a new message or not. And this way is more used for a context based conversation, like like you click a button, something appears, you click another button, another message appears, and kind of a context based conversation you use get update, because there are frameworks or there are packages that provides those kind of context based conversation, and using those packages you can very easily build context based chatbots or bot. And on the other hand, if we go for webhook, then we need to build our own separate things to manage the context. And so to get started, I'll use Claude AI to help me write the code. So I'll start with hi, and I'll say I want to build a Telegram chatbot that can handle two commands, start and help. Also, it will respond back with the same text that user has sent. So I'll hit enter. So it's suggesting that we should use a package called Python Telegram bot, and it already has written all the things for us. So let's very quickly use those things. So I'm here on my terminal and I have VS Code. The first thing I'll do is that Python 3-m venv to create my virtual environment. Then I'll source into the virtual environment. If you are on Windows, this command can be different. Let me zoom in a bit. Yeah, this command can be different, and let me zoom in bit here as well. So yeah, once you are in your virtual environment, the first thing we will do is that pip install python telegram bot. This is the package Claude has suggested to install, so I'll hit enter. Yeah, and then I'll create main.py file. Here we will write the bot logic. So the first thing I'm gonna do, import logging, then from telegram import update. So this will continuously fetch the updates. Then from telegram.ext import application, command handler, message handler, and filters. Okay, now the first thing we will do is that we will enable the logging so that we see what happens there. And label will be logging.info, and let me get the string that we will use for logging. So this is the basic logging configuration. Now what I'll do is that we'll create a main method. Here we will create our application or our bot. So yeah, this is our application and it requires telegram bot token. So in order to get the bot token, what I'll do is that I'll go to telegram, and then I have bot father already there for me, and there is a bot called Raj Kapadia test bot, you can see here, and it has API key as well. This API key is a sensitive information, so I suggest you don't share this information with anyone you don't trust. But since this is just for demonstration purpose, don't worry about me exposing these things. And if you don't know how to create a new bot, I'll guide you. So for that, we'll go to menu and new bot, and it is saying that all right, a new bot, how we are going to call it, please choose a name. Let's say Raj Kapadia and YouTube demo. I'll hit enter. Now it is asking for a username, so I'll say Raj Kapadia _ YouTube _ demo _ bot. Make sure it must end with _bot. Yeah, you can see a new bot is created, and here is the bot and here is the token. So I'll copy the token, and then I'll come here, and here I'll create a new file .env, and I'll say telegram _bot _token equals to the value. As I said, don't expose this token, it's sensitive information. Now we need to get the key from .env file. So what I'll do is that I'll say pip install python -env. This will help us read the variable from the .env file. And I'll also use a command pip freeze greater than requirements.txt file, so that when we want to deploy the application, we have all the packages that the application needs. So here what I'll do is that from env import load dot env and find dot env, yeah, and I'll say load underscore dot env and find underscore dot env, and we need to import os as well, and here I'll say os dot get env, and we'll provide the key. So this is the key. Let me create dot env dot example file as well. Okay, okay, so this way it will start the application. Once the application is done, what you can do is that we will set our handlers and we'll look, or we will start pulling the information. So it says that application add handler, so command handler, that means a start command. This command handler means help, or you can say command handler is a kind of a functionality to handle command from Telegram bot. And finally what I'll do is that I'll say run the main function. So obviously we need to create these three functions: start, help command, and echo. So let's very quickly do that. So the start command, and it's saying welcome to this bot. This bot will echo your messages. So you can see that here you are getting the update, and update has many things. So let me very quickly show you that Python Telegram bot, this package is widely used, and yeah, you can go to their GitHub and read more about it. They have fully functional example section as well. Okay, there are multiple examples. By these examples you can learn all about like keyboard, inline keyboard, sending buttons and handling context as well. So here we have start command, help command, and echo. This function will send whatever the user has sent us back. So I guess this sometimes formatting doesn't work the way we want it. So I guess this is it. So let's start running the application. We'll say python main.py, and hopefully, yeah, you can see the application is started, and it will start pulling the information from Telegram server. You'll see here, yeah, you can see it has made a request on Telegram server with the method get updates, but it did not find any update. You can see, I guess at interval of 2 or 3 seconds it will do the step of getting the updates. So now let's do one thing. Since we have our application ready, we will send a start command. So let's see what happens. If I send start command, you will see welcome. This bot will echo your messages, and if we indeed look here, we have received an information and you can see here we have called send message from Telegram API, and send message will send message back to the user. So let's again test our help. So I'll say help, and you'll get a message back, and I'll say this is Raj Kapadia, and you will see we got the same response back. And if we come here, indeed we have used this send message. Okay, so this is the basic template to build a Telegram chatbot. I hope you have understood the process. The next thing we are looking into this development is deployment process. Now again, there are two ways with which you can deploy. The first is, since this is a background process, and if you have a laptop that you can keep on all the times, then you can start the application in background and it will always run and you don't have to do anything. But if it is not the case, or if the processes on the Telegram bot is very resource consuming, then you can choose any platform to deploy the application. But you need to understand, or you need to have it in your mind that this is a background process, so it's continuously going to consume the CPU resources. So wherever you deploy, I suggest you should choose a background worker. So let's first push this code on GitHub. Oh, my bad, I need to create a .git ignore file, and I'll say ignore venv, I'll say ignore.env, and I'll say ignore py cache as well. And I'll say first commit. I click here, I'll publish the branch as well. So now, in order to deploy the application, I'll first go to my GitHub and see the repository is there. Yeah, this is the repository, and I want to deploy this repository. One of the finest way is to use render.com. You can create a free account with render.com and connect your GitHub on which you have the repository that you want to deploy. Go to dashboard, then under new section there is a background worker. So if you choose a background worker, there are there are packages that you need to choose. I'll show you it as well. So here the minimum package is $7 per month. So because as I said, the background process will always be running on the server and consuming the resources. So I'll keep everything as it is, and here I'll say python main.py, because that is the file that I want to run. You choose the package, you provide the environment variables. I'll choose from the file and I'll provide this, and I'll add variable. You can see one variable is there, and when you click on deploy background worker, it will deploy the application, and the application will be always running on the server. So I hope you have now gained enough knowledge to build Telegram bot. You can start your freelancing career on this as well. You can start building Telegram chatbot. You can build some demo Telegram chatbot go to any freelancing platform like Fiverr or Upwork, showcase your demo projects, and hopefully you will get your first freelance work as well. I guess this is it from this part of the video. I hope you have gained some knowledge and now you are able to build your first Telegram chatbot. If you build your first Telegram chatbot watching this tutorial, I highly appreciate if you comment down that you have made it that far. If you like my work, please consider subscribing to my channel. That helps. Thank you for watching. Peace.